questions, you have a load of answers. And if you're involved in what's called spiritual process, being a Hindu or a Christian or a Buddhist or an atheist or a Jew, then you're just going to be involved in it's always going to be a prejudice process. You're only seeking to confirm the answers and the conclusions you have already come to. So this explains exactly why, a Sufi mystic, he might enter into the same depths of samadhi and meditation as, let's say, a yogi. But when he comes out of that state, he's going to interpret that whole experience according to the framework of his theology, with Allah, heaven, hell, the whole structure of Islam. Same thing with the Christian or the Buddhist. It's curious that when the Buddhist would enter into meditation, if he sees a vision of Buddha, he may never see Shiva, he may never see Christ. The Christian will never see Buddha, he will never see Shiva. Why? He does not have a place within himself to manufacture a Shiva or a Buddha. So when you have a mind which has proven itself through history to be so vulnerable to delusion in every field of knowledge, in every single field of knowledge, politics, religion, philosophy, science even, the mind has proven itself to be very vulnerable to delusion. With such a situation in place, it's essential you must create a system where you can discriminate between the real and the unreal. So you must train your intellect in that way. How will you be able to train your intellect in that way if you're constantly just seeking to confirm what you think you already know?
It's funny.
So I'm trying to clarify the context in your situation. So when that burning intensity, desire to know, emerges in you, it's going to change the whole context of your practice, because now you're not resistant. You're not resistant to the process. What is extremely difficult is to find a single student who's truly willing to explore very deeply into himself. The highest priority of life, nothing can be higher in his mind than the search for truth, because he understands very well that unless he settles this matter once and for all, he will never be happy in life. He's going to be repeating the same vicious circles and leading to the same disappointments. It's amazing. People do so many things in the world without a solid foundation of self-knowledge. Because, think of it, only self-knowledge will be able to guide you as to how you should live your life. Not money, not wealth, not relationship. Nothing can guide you as to how to live your life except true knowledge. And out of true knowledge, only then there comes virtue, only then there comes morality, right? So I really admire one of the statements of Socrates. He says, the unexamined life is not worth living. It's really not worth living. It's just a predetermined mechanical existence destined to suffering.
I think it's not worth living. I think if you are a quote-unquote seeker or truth seeker, if you deny yourself that search, then you're living a life not worth living.
I think it's fine to...
I don't think I have a choice to do other than what I'm doing now. I personally don't think I, as a person, have a choice to be other than as celibate as possible right now and do what I'm doing. And then I tell people all the time, I could literally wake up tomorrow and own my dad's business, make $70,000 a year. In 5 years, probably make $150,000 a year, or who knows what. Get married, get kids, get a house, get a motorcycle. I could just, it would take all of 2 seconds, literally. But then I just say that my most valuable currency in this world is truth.
And truth doesn't have to exclude getting a wife, getting a family, exploring into the pleasures and the pleasures of the senses. Why? Because isn't it part of an inquiry that you want to figure out what actually works? Now, if you need to, a person needs a taste of all of these different realms of life to discover that ultimately it does not lead to enduring happiness.
Yeah, I've already had the taste, so I think right now it's not. I don't know if I would get. I'm sure I'd get something from it.
And I trust nature, because what is what we call evolution or expansion or creativity? What is what we call creativity? Except the force of expansion. And growth is creative, right? So is it not logical that once your inner being reaches a certain level of growth, it will be instinctive and automatic that it's going to seek the next level of growth? So the problem is, it's not that you're exploring into all these different areas of life and so-called preoccupations. The only problem is that one doesn't learn the lesson. You go through one disappointment and then you repeat it 1,000,000 times in a row, and still you do not learn that this does not lead anywhere. So if that is the point, if that is what happens, you have a taste of these different areas of life and you find ultimately it is not satisfying. Now it is time to move beyond them, rather than repeating the same vicious cycle.